AllCare is a platform that makes company benefits like HMO and insurance accessible to more Filipinos. AllCare won second place at the recently concluded Ignite PH Wildfire Pitch competition. Cindy Burdette is the CEO and co-founder at AllCare. So hello, Cindy. We're very happy and very honored to have you and AllCare dito sa Startup Podcast.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Yes, we're very excited now to learn more about AllCare, and especially you won second place nga at the recently concluded Wildfire Pitch competition. So maybe later you can also share with us some pitching tips and maybe your perspectives on how or why you won that competition. But let's start with the first question. So ano nga ba ang AllCare?
Okay. So very simply, AllCare is a platform and also a service, no? So una, we are a platform that allows gig workers, mga SME, freelancers. When we say gig workers, ito yung mga iba-ibang gigs per day, per month yung ginagawa. No? So pwede naglalamove ka, tapos pwede nag-grab ka. So kami yung platform that allows for them to have some semblance of employee benefit. No? Kasi pag freelancer ka or SME, madalas, wala ka namang employee benefit. Ngayon, we are also a service to an extent kasi sa loob ng platform, meron kang iba-ibang pwedeng access na makuha. So meron kang, gaya ng nabanggit mo kanina, we have HMO, we have life insurance, we have, and again, I want to remind everybody listening na hindi lang ito ang benefits na. So when we say benefits, kailangan natin bumalik doon sa origin story nito na total compensation dapat to. So kasama HMO and life insurance, which is yung pinaka-common. Pero at the same time, meron tayong mental health doon, meron tayong productivity perks doon, meron tayong optical care doon, meron tayong birthday cake, no? Everything that we feel a worker should need to be able to feel engaged and motivated to work. Yan.
Yeah, that's a very good explanation actually. I think in a nutshell, because like usually when some people find or search for work, for employment, usually hinahanap yung benefits eh. Pero when you're a freelancer, when you're maybe a VA, for example, a virtual assistant or some kind of remote worker for some creator, for some artist. I mean, I'm speaking as a podcast producer because I know our VAs don't have those kind of natural employment. So parang we make those freelancing or those non-regular or non-official employed by providing them employee benefits. Pero let's go muna dun sa pinaka-essence ng inyong ginagawa, yung employee benefits. Parang I just want to really capture what's really the essence of company benefits. Like why really the companies have to give these benefits to their employees maybe. So can you just parang paint the picture for our listeners about this?
Sure. So actually, maganda siguro we start off with a bit of a history lesson kasi benefits started back in the Industrial Revolution in the United States. No? So at the time, companies couldn't really afford to pay competitive salaries kasi nga this was just right after the Civil War. They were starting to build mga train tracks, a lot of industrial revolution happening. Pero mahirap magpasweldo eh. And you know what? Para tayong bumalik doon eh, di ba? It's hard to compete kung sweldo at sweldo lang. Kasi ibig sabihin, kung company A, ito lang yung afford mong pasahod, company B, ito yung afford mo, wala ka ng chance at talent, no? Kasi puro pera-pera lang. So at this time, ang ginawa ng mga employers was naging creative sila. What if mag-offer tayo ng something na hindi sweldo, pero alam natin beneficial sa mga employees, no? So dito nagkaroon na, ang unang-unang benefit, actually, small trivia, is actually optical care. That was the first ever benefit that was being offered in the United States. Kasi ang ano nito is mga minero, mga truck worker, madalas nasisira agad yung mata. So ito yung unang-unang binigay na benefit na nag-evolve na siya to healthcare, naging health insurance siya, etc. So ang essence ng ginagawa namin talaga is, ang bawat empleyado dapat sinusuportahan ng company that he or she works for. Siyempre, pag freelancer ka, VA ka, madalas ang mentality is you are working for yourself. Pero at the same time, we believe na value-adding ka sa isang maybe podcaster, content creator, di ba? So dapat merong way na pwede kayong magtulungan para maka-avail ka ng worker benefits. No? Unfortunately, in the Philippines, maraming deterrent para magkaroon ng employee benefits. So ang ginawa namin is kinambine namin yung improving access, which is why we created the platform. But at the same time, dinesign namin yung services sa loob in partnership with our providers para sigurado na magkasya sa budget, madali siya i-avail, madali siya ma-activate. No? Gusto ko din i-correct siguro yung misconception, Johnny, na ang employee benefits equals HMO. Yun ang bare minimum. But if you look at total compensation as an HR theory or as an HR concept, HMO is a small but critical factor of total compensation. No? So kung may HMO ka nga pero mababa naman masyado yung sahod, hindi rin magiging masaya yung employee. No? And vice versa, malaki nga yung sahod mo pero kung yun lang yung meron ka, you'll feel like kulang. Mas lamang pa yung employee na sakto lang yung sahod pero ang dami niyang perks. Libre yung psychological counseling niya, libre yung HMO niya, di ba? Libre yung pamilya niya sa HMO. Mas marami pang mas gugustuhin yun. So yun yung essence ng ALLCARE.
Wow, this is amazing. Nag-explode yung utak ko with this knowledge I'm getting. I really like this, first of all, this history lesson and also this HR lesson. Now ko lang din na-realize na hindi lang naman kasi sweldo, hindi lang naman yung pera, yung salary, ang talagang kailangan ng empleyado. Kailangan din niya ng physical support, kumbaga, di ba? Kasi, for example, optical care nga, healthcare, mental health care, hindi naman niya madaling ma-access. Pero maybe the employer nga can also help the employee gain access or get this. Pero wala ito dun sa mga freelancers kasi wala naman talaga sila parang regular employer. I like this explanation and I like kumbaga how it's all packaged. Pero I just want to ask lang, Cindy, aside from like freelancers and VAs, kasi yun lang ang alam ko so far, parang ano ba yung parang range ng mga like this this parang not regular employees that you are trying to help?
Parang informal alternative worker, no? Okay. So actually, anybody who's working a living for him or herself, matatawag natin na pasok doon sa alternative worker. So, simulan natin sa Lala Move Rider. May boss ba yung Lala Move Rider? Wala. So, technically, he's on his own. Di ba? Kung pumunta naman tayo sa medyo construction workers, wala din naman dahil independent contractor lang yung mga yan, di ba? So, wala din sila. Meron din tayong mga doctors, lawyers. Wala din yung mga yan. Worker benefit kasi hindi sila employed. They are professional, independent contractors. So, napakalaki actually. Kaya nga, if you remember our pitch back in Ignite, this is really an underserved market. And hindi natin masisisi din naman yung mga benefit partners natin tulad ng mga HMO companies kasi ang hirap i-organize. Kasi nga, watak-watak eh. Ilan ba yung lawyers? Ilan yung doctors? Ilan yung construction workers? Tapos lahat sila kanya-kanyang decision, di ba? As opposed to if I'm, let's say, MaxiCare, I'll focus on corporations. Isa lang ang maklose ko, sulit na kasi sobrang laki nila. Like if you look at large corporations like telco companies, for example. So, yan. So gusto natin, ang goal namin sa ALLCARE is lahat ng nasa spectrum of not corporately employed, magkaroon tayo ng way na mabigyan sila. So kahit mga if you do a quick Google search, may kita nyo na we created a plan in partnership with Lala Move specifically for the riders. No? So ito rin yung kagandahan sa hindi kami nalilimit ng pagiging insurance kasi nga hindi naman kami insurance company, di ba? We work with insurance companies. We can be creative in how we problem solve. So for Lala Move, iba yung need nila. Mas kailangan nila na maybe teleconsult, maybe kailangan nila ng awareness about motor vehicle information, di ba? So yan ang pinaprovide namin benefits.
Wow, and it's actually very powerful kasi sometimes nga itong mga Lala Move or maybe Grab or Uber drivers, sila yung parang prone din to accidents, especially the construction workers. Prone to accident pero wala pala nagsusupply ng insurance, for example, with them ng parang this other support So and especially that you mentioned like with MaxiCare and other corporate insurance providers. Totoo nga na mas madaling way yun somehow kasi once you get the whole company na nabentahan mo na kumbaga or parang na-capture mo na yung buong market. Pero with what ALLCARE is doing, you really need to design the product individually depending on what they do, depending on the niche. And now I want to ask about that So parang how specifically do you design the product? Parang how really is it different from like these corporate insurances or these other benefit providers na products?
Gets. So admittedly, ito siguro yung area na talagang dine-develop namin. No? So, yung one positive way of looking at it is the more we penetrate the Philippine market, the better information we get, the better insight, the better we can design membership plans. No? Currently kasi meron lang tayong standard membership plan. So because ALLCARE is a 3-year-old startup, meron lang tayong membership plan and then meron tayong mga variations with special partnerships like with Kumu, with Lalamove, ganyan, na may konting variation, and then meron tayong mga prepaid bundles in partnership with MaxiCare, FWD. So currently, the way we design the program is medyo statistically oriented siya. Meaning, ano ba yung statistical level na tingin natin 99% of the people hindi nila mauubos to. Meaning, cash na to sa kanila. So we came up with that group of benefits both from mental, physical, optical, productivity, lahat ng aspects na yon, and then binuo namin yung membership. So to some respect, medyo generic pa din siya. But like I mentioned, the more data we get, the more users we onboard, meron siyang network effect. Kasi makikita namin, pwede namin splice yung data. Yung mga lalaki pala na nasa certain sector, meron silang mas need for optical care kasi they're always in front of the computer. So, dapat taasan natin yung discount na pwede nilang makuha sa contact lens saka sa frames. So kaya din exciting siya para sa amin kasi the bigger we get, the more information we get, the better we can work with our partners, the better the plan becomes, the better we can get customers. So, paikot-ikot lang siya.
Yeah, basically more data, more robust yung product, ano. Is this, meron din parang individual package, like maybe a VA or a virtual assistant can choose kumbaga yung parang specific benefits maybe dun sa package niya. May possibility ba na may ganitong feature?
Yes. So it's actually in the roadmap. Isa yan sa mga dream namin yung BYOB, build your own benefits. Kaya lang, admittedly, kasi nga, we work with providers, diba? For them to allow us to do that in real time, we need significant data. Kasi syempre yung ang mangyayari is yung design ng membership is on the fly nagbabago, 'di ba? Nagiging created siya at the point of customer transaction. The reason wala pag gumagawa niyan is medyo mahirap siyang bunuin. But I think wala namang masamang mangarap, 'di ba? So yung long-term plan ng ALLCARE talaga is to be able to customize it to your exact specification na hindi lang insurance, meron ding mga non-insurance items like yun nga, 'di ba? Optical. Kunwari ako, nakasalamin ako and just recently something happened in my life where I really needed to learn how to put contact lenses. Pero ang benefit doon is because you're partnered with Sarabia, discounted yung mga ganun. No? So, laking tulong yun sa akin kasi nga, ayoko sanang bumili ng contacts dahil nga mas gusto ko eyeglasses.
Yeah, it's really amazing. So parang ALLCARE will be kind of really flexible, pwedeng for individual, pwedeng for like those startups or SMEs like Lalamove na merong different niche of workers. I'm really curious about their backgrounds, maybe of the co-founders of the team behind. I'm really curious about the backstory of ALLCARE kasi I'm really seeing napaka-keen on parang giving protection to people, to employees, and parang yung HR napaka-strong on the HR side. So parang can we just know maybe your backgrounds and kumbaga paano ba talaga nagsimula si ALLCARE from 3 years ago?
Yeah. So we have a very interesting backstory. Many years ago, I used to work for a startup that was in the HR technology space. It was really significantly big at the time. Clients namin, mga major corporations, nasa benefit space na yon. So, tas may flex ben na rin yung product ng company na yon. And then, nakita namin na, uy, okay to sobrang lumalaki tayo, pero meron tayong finiskip na market. So actually, with that in mind, we decided na we were gonna start ito nga ang parang baby project namin. And then, because part of my job then was to really be on the lookout for new opportunities in the market, ako din yung parang nasa front lines na nakakita na, uy, shucks, parang may something to, hindi lang to some baby pet project. Like this seems to be something that people really need. I remember 2018, we were at Manila workshops and then parang nag-speak lang ako na sabi ko, oy, parang iniisip namin gawin to. If you're interested to know more, sign up. And about 500 people signed up. So we were like, oh, wow, I guess this is an important thing for people to solve. So yun yung parang backstory no. So and in that company kasi, we trained ourselves to be really HR practitioners. Meaning, part of our onboarding, part of our employee development, part of our thought leadership was to really understand benefits holistically and what it takes for HR to be able to design benefits the right way. So baon yon, dinala namin yun sa AllCare, no? So ang background, so when we started AllCare, we were all from that company, no? But ako yung background ko talaga is in sales and marketing. So I started my career in technology marketing back in 2010, sorry. And then I've been working with telco software for many, many years. So transitioning to like AllCare, where not only is it a platform na may technology component, pero talaga close to the heart service siya, something that people really need. Hindi actually mahirap yung trabaho namin. So it's easy to market something like this. And then, since sales and marketing ang background ko, sobra ako nag-enjoy coming up with new initiatives, parang mga new promos, brokering partnerships with key organizations.
Wow, it's really amazing, especially also parang you're trying to extend yung previous insurance company nga. Kumbaga, basically, making employee benefits more accessible to more Filipinos. Going forward sa inyong story, I just want to ask about, kumbaga, the story of the growth and, kumbaga, building the startup. Parang, now kasi, I've seen at your website na medyo, dumadami na nga rin yung partner, kumbaga, companies, partner clients. So parang, how did, especially also with some experience in sales and marketing, parang how did you use this exactly, to get these partnerships? And maybe you can share which companies in the Philippines really are your current partners or clients right now?
So actually, hindi ko na ma-recount kung ano yung mga clients namin sa sobrang dami. I do know, obviously, like Kumu, we are happy to work with Kumu kasi, diba, they have a platform that allows people to earn a livelihood, yung mga content creators on Kumu. Yeah. Pero at the same time, the VA sila, wala silang benefits, no? So, ang ganda ng ginawa ng Kumu na parang nag-explore sila ng way na yung mga top content creators pwedeng magkaroon ng as an incentive magkaroon ng benefits. So napaka-interesting nun. And we hope that more companies will actually explore that route. Kasi parang ayaw din naman natin na parang ina-exploit lang natin yun, di ba? Gusto natin na meron tayong value cloud back into the content creators. We also work with Lalamove. We work with Ding Dong, the delivery service app. Sobrang dami. Actually, nakakatawa kasi Packworks is actually our client. So, ang dami talaga. So, we're thankful with the support of the startup community, the SM community, and also may mga kliyente kami like Agency VA, Blogapalooza, all of these companies na very different yung kanilang employment model.
Yeah.
No? So, yung mga creators nila yan. So, lahat influencers, pasok sa amin yan. Meron kaming partnership with Likha nung nandito si Chris Do. Meron kaming special program na anybody in Likha during that event could sign up directly. So, again, the bigger we get, the more data we can derive, the better our membership programs will be. Yung question mo kanina on how did we specifically gotten those partnerships? So, two things. So, number one, yung mga benefit partners namin, yung mga big deals namin, like Lalamove ganyan. Sorry to burst the bubble of people listening, pero hardcore sales tactics. No? So I reached out to as many people as I can, asking them if they would be open to hearing our pitch, just figuring out ano pwedeng collaboration points, and then hoping they would reply. Walang shortcut. Wala namang, nothing worthwhile is gotten that quickly. The other thing is, because my background is really in marketing advertising, we have a very robust customer acquisition strategy. We do a lot of digital marketing. We do a lot of effective campaigning online. We rely heavily on content. So things like yung mga nangyari sa amin sa Ignite, that's good for us kasi it drives traffic to our website in which our search is better, our SEM is better, our Facebook ads are better. Everything becomes better, no? When we have good content like that. So, walang shortcut. This is something na buti na lang meron akong kahit paanong awareness at kaalaman. So I can really be productive. Ang mga wala akong alam is insurance, ganyan. Hindi ko naman yan background, but we're not an insurance company anyway. So di ba we work with the experts. Mahilig ako magbasa. So pagka may bagong book about employment conditions, yan, nagbabasa kami.
Now, I just realized na parang maybe AllCare is preparing for the future of work. Kasi dati, ang parang traditional style of work, my employer and my employees. Pero now kasi with
Correct.
Kumu, with this kind of startups, more of connecting, kumbaga, people who need something, a service, and people who can provide that service. So, wala talaga
Nakuha mo.
employer.
Yeah.
So, now you provide benefits to these people. And yun nga, parang that's really, kumbaga, the revolution that AllCare is doing. Speaking of Ignite, no, the Wildfire pitch competition. So first of all, congratulations for winning second place. So yeah, now I just want to ask maybe why do you think how or why you got second place? I can understand. I can understand now kumbaga yung impact na that Oliver is trying really to do Pero maybe with the storytelling, with the pitching, can you just share some ideas for our listeners also para merong kumbaga matutunan din somehow with pitching kumbaga.
Cool. Yeah, so actually, interestingly, hindi ko alam kung alam ng maraming tao na nandun sa Ignite. So, I was actually the first ever winner of the Ignite Pitch competition back in 2018. So, I've already won this from a different startup. So, definitely, masabi ko, I think, I know a thing or two about pitching kasi pangalawang beses ko na nasa top 3. No? So, number one, obviously, as a startup, my team is doing a great job of really building traction, really creating customer affinity, a great product. So, kasi kahit anong ganda na storytelling mo, kung block naman talaga yung produkto, wala tayong magagawa doon eh. So, kudos to the team for that. But at the same time, tama ka na, malaking bagay yung storytelling. And I think when you pitch, bawal natin makalimutan that the judges are human beings also. So, when we're pitching, number one, and I always tell my team this, when we pitch, it is more important that the judges can relate to the problem. Kasi kung hindi sila nakaka-relate dun sa problem, hindi sila makaka-relate sa solution. Diba? Pero pag you are able to describe the problem in a way that they get it and they think, oo nga no, importante yan why aren't more people solving it? They start to then focus on the solution. But until they care about the problem, until they're able to paint a picture why this matters, this problem we're solving, they won't give their mind and pay attention to your solution. So I think yun yung number one. And number two, ewan ko kung naalala ng mga tao na nanonood or kung napanood nyo, I wish you panood nyo, have fun. No? Kasi nobody can explain your startup better than yourself, especially if you're the founder. So don't tense up so much. Like have fun. You're telling the birth and growth of your child, basically. Right? So there's no reason for you to worry. There's no reason for you to panic because nobody can tell you you're wrong. Diba? Kasi baby mo yan, pet mo yan eh. So, have fun. I think marami dun sa Ignite napansin ko na parang na tense ng sobra na nag-overtime. Hindi nila na-estimate maigi yung kanilang mga slides. Masyadong kinabahan, paulit-ulit. So, yan, relax lang. Enjoy lang natin yung moment kasi bihira lang natin makuha yun. And then I think thirdly is yung practice, no? It sounds like, oh, this is so natural to Cindy kasi ang dami nga ng beses ginawa. To some degree, yes, but I still practice. In my mind, if I'm, kunyari bago yung Ignite, bago kami tinawag sa stage, I'm recounting my pitch with respect to time. Kasi yun yung pinakaayaw kong mangyari, maubusan ng oras, no? So, that requires practice, knowing your content through and through. But sa akin, obviously, the more you do it, the better you'll get. So just keep doing it.
Yeah, so maybe try, especially with startups and basically have a good product, have a good startup and convey that message. Be relatable. And I really like that aspect yung enjoy. Be yourself kumbaga on the stage kasi is your startup, ikaw ang pinakamay alam niyan. Yeah, so for our last question, Cindy, ano ba talaga ang vision ni AllCare like in maybe 5 or 10 years? Parang what really do you see AllCare being in the future? So can you just share parang the long-term vision maybe of AllCare for our final question?
Vision-wise na marami kasi pwedeng puntahan si AllCare. Pero for me, yung future of work na sinabi mo, yun ang aming guiding light. No? Kung saan papunta yung future of work, kakailanganin ni AllCare makasabay doon. So what we want to be able to do is build a platform that is flexible to accommodate that evolving need of the future worker. And I think nakikita na natin that less and less people want to be employed and more of them want to be solo entrepreneurs or slashers, right? So with that respect, if you're a solopreneur or you're a VA, you're a gig worker, yes, you need benefits and ideally you can customize that. But you'll also need a way to pay your taxes, right? Because again, you're the new type of worker. You need to pay your government mandatories. You need to fill up some forms. You need to process certain things. Maybe you also want to keep track of your physical health. So ang dami talagang pwedeng puntahan kasi ni AllCare. So ang amin lang is one of our guiding lights will always be ano ba yung needs ng aming customer. But in terms of vision sa product, yun. And secondly, yung market, hindi kami nagmamadaling mag-abroad. 2 years back, we were already offered our pilot test in Hong Kong, something that we declined because hindi pa hinog yung opportunity. We were just getting off the ground. And then secondly, sobrang laki ng Philippines di ba? If we are gonna do anything great, we want to make sure that our fellow countrymen are the first to experience that. So, but 10 years is a long time. Hindi ko alam kung ano pa ako nun I mean, baka na-aksidente na ako sa pagmotor. So, but if we do get blessed to, get up to a point where we're a 10-year-old startup, then hopefully we've done enough good here in the Philippines and then we're also in another market.
Yeah, so it's really nice to hear these things, especially kumbaga provide support muna to our fellow Filipinos. Yeah, so I'm really a fan of AllCare. I really support what you want to do and I really love these conversations. Like from getting to know ano ba talaga yung pinakaginagawa talaga ni AllCare at its very essence and also you sharing some pitching tips especially for our listeners. So if our listeners just want to know more about AllCare, maybe they want to avail of those benefits, maybe they want to partner up with you. So how can they do so, Cindy? Maybe you can lead them to the website or to social media channels.
Yep, sure. So, number one, feel free to visit us at www.allcare.ph. I think kailangan talaga yung www. Hindi ko alam bakit. Hindi ako IT, but make sure to put that there. You can also follow us on Instagram, allcare.io. We also are on LinkedIn. And ang kagandahan dito, our members kasi also use our Facebook page as a way to get support, especially for emergency. So, meron magre-reply sa inyo. So, if you have inquiries, if you have questions about the product, feel free to send a message on our Facebook page. And syempre, ako din personally, if you wanna stay tuned about our developments, what I'm doing with my life as an entrepreneur, feel free to follow me on LinkedIn. I'm easy to search, Cindy Burdette. Facebook, di ako masyadong as active. As active ako sa LinkedIn. You can also give me a follow on Facebook or on Instagram, same name.
Yeah, so follow Cindy Burdette on LinkedIn or on Facebook and follow AllCare and maybe you can message nga there to know more about the startup. Yeah, so maraming salamat Cindy. This is a really wonderful conversation. So thank you for spending some time.
Thank you also.
Salamat. Thank you very much to our 25 patrons. AskLex PH is our official e-learning partner. Get 5% discount on e-learning courses and certification programs on Lean Six Sigma, project management, data science, and many more using our promo code ALPHAXSUP. This episode is super powered by Pinoy IP Works, the intellectual property company advancing and protecting Filipino ideas. Packetworks, the leading enabler and only Internet of Things social enterprise in the Philippines. Looking for buy and sell online with Sigurado sellers. NutriCoach, the all-in-one productivity tool for dietitians and nutritionists. Benjoy's Food Products, the home of premium bacon ends, tapa, and tocino. And 8chain, an 8-in-1 cryptocurrency project building one chain at a time starting with MaxRep Workout and Earn. This episode is powered by Tuala, Hive Energy PH, ePlayment, Interleukin, and ROC.ph. Support us and get your brand promoted using the links in the description below.